Okay, guys, so real quick, how many of us, just by show of hands, have ever worked with someone, known someone, or whatever that was in foster care? Like a teenager in foster care? Okay. How many of us have ever wondered what happens when they turn 18?
Yeah.
And they age out of foster care? So, the answer is nothing. Nothing happens to them when they turn 18. They just age out of foster care. There's been systems put in place in recent years to try and help that, but they are just kind of given a grand exit and there's no resources to help them. So, my solution that I've come up with is to do something to help these youth when they age out of foster care. So, real quick, how big of a problem is it? How big of a problem is youth aging out of foster care? And what problems come with that when they don't have any resources set up? So according to, in November of 2025, the Annie E. Casey Foundation posted statistics on their website for the last 5 years. So out of the 15,000 youth that have turned 18 and just age out of foster care with no reunification with family, positive housing to set up with, 1 in 4, that's 19%, have ended up homeless. 1 in 7 have been incarcerated by the time that they were 19. 1 in 10 have become parents by the time they're 20 years old. And they are 4 times more likely to attempt suicide. And 48% of them think about suicide. So, what can we do to help? So, you're being invited to become a case manager at Promising Futures. So, Promising Futures is a group home that is located here in Indianapolis. It is to set up to transition these youth when by the time they turn about 17, 18, 19, transition them into adulthood. What does that mean? Setting them up for housing, setting them up with careers, setting them up with jobs, setting them up for anything and everything that they need to be successful in life. Why? I just mentioned, because of these statistics. The Marion County Jail that we have here in Indianapolis, I looked it up the other day. 48% are children, I consider them children, age 20 and under. They even built a new state-of-the-art facility next to the Marion County Jail for youth. That is already, after being opened a year and a half, 90% full of just 14, 15, 16, and 17-year-olds. So, need more convincing on why you should join the team. So, studies have shown on that same website that if a case manager or somebody gets involved to empower these youth and transition them into adulthood, the last statistic, 1 in 4, 19% that are more likely to become homeless, that drops down to 7%. 1 in 7, 14% that are set to be incarcerated by the time they're 19, that drops down to 6%. And now only 3% instead of the 8% become early parents by the time that they're 20. And the suicide attempts decrease by over 65%. So imagine, teenage male, about to turn 18. He's just going to be sent out of foster care. Imagine he's homeless. What does he have to do to survive? He's going to rob people. He's going to break into cars. He may do other things that he has to survive. With our help as case managers, we are set up to improve his life so that he can have a promising future. So wouldn't you want to come be part of that solution?